Hi, I'm Matt, technician at Taylor's Automax, and today I'm going to attempt to give you our pre-owned 100-point inspection in 100 seconds. So let's get to it. So first we're going to pop the hood, and we're going to check the stuff under the hood. We're going to check the coolant, the brake fluid, power steering fluid, your serpentine belts, your radiator hoses and clamps, and the transmission fluid as well. So when we get under the vehicle, one of the first things we're going to check the calipers, the rotors and/or drums, depending on what the vehicle is equipped with, as well as the parking cables. So we're also going to check the springs, the sway bar end links, and the bushings, as well as any other bushings in the suspension. We're going to check upper and/or lower control arms, as well as the ball joints in the control arms. And we're going to check if it has a steering gear or a rack and pinion, as well as the tie rod ends. So we're also going to check your front and rear differentials if applicable, and we're going to check the fluid inside of them. We're also going to check the drive shafts and the U-joints associated with them. So we're going to check your engine and transmission mounts, as well as the frame and the cross members. While we're up front, we're also going to check the CV axles as well as the boots to make sure they're not torn. We're going to check any skid plates that are covering the engine or the transmission. So we're going to check your exhaust from the front to the back of the vehicle, as well as any heat shields that are insulating the underside or any components. We're going to check your oil cooler lines or transmission cooler lines, as well as the washer bottle and any lines running to the windshield on the vehicle. And we're also going to check for any overall oil leaks that are visible as well. So when we start with the test drive, we're just going to turn the vehicle on, check any warning lights, any service lights. And then we're going to start with the shifting, the auto four-wheel drive, or two-wheel drive. And on the drive, we're also going to check for vibrations, any drifting, alignment issues, squeaks, rattles, wind noise through the windshield. And we're also going to check the heating and the air conditioning as well. So when we check the air conditioning and the heat, we're going to check the whole HVA system. We're going to check the fan speeds, the defrost, the rear defrost, any recirc buttons. We're also going to check the wiper function as well as the washer function. And we're also going to check on the test drive the mirror functions, the interior mirror, the speedometer, and any cruise control. I stuttered on that. While inside the vehicle, we're also going to check the function of the seats, both front and rear. On the front seats, we're going to check the heated and cooled function if applicable. Also, we're going to check the dash, the door cards, and the center armrest to make sure nothing's broken and everything's tight. When we're looking at the dash, we're going to check the instrument cluster, all the lights, the radio, all the radio functions, make sure the CD works, as well as any buttons associated with the radio. We're going to move on to the steering wheel, make sure all the controls on the steering wheel work, and we're also going to check the tilt function to make sure that works as it should. Well, in here, we're going to make sure that if it has any buttons for popping the trunk and/or fuel door release, we're going to check those as well. We're also going to check everything up from the dash as well. We're going to check all the pillars in the vehicle. We're going to make sure the headliner is clean and not sagging. We're going to check all of the sun visors as well as the vanity mirrors and their lights. And we're going to make sure that the interior mirror is working and not cracked, and all of the glass on the vehicle is clean as well. So we're going to check the cargo areas on any of these vehicles. We're going to check the tailgates on trucks and lift gates on any SUVs or hatchbacks. We're going to move on to the lights, and we're going to look at the running lights, the brake lights, the reverse lights, the turn signals, and any high mount lights or cargo area lights on trucks. So when we move to the front end, we're also going to check the lights up here. We're going to check the high and low beams, the turn signals and/or marker lights, and we're also going to check the fog lights as well. So we're also going to check every single tire independently. We're going to check the tread depth as well as the brake depth to make sure everything's good. We're going to check the load rating on every tire, and we're also going to check the spare tire as well. So that was the run through of our safety inspection. Was that 100 seconds or no?
No.
Well, I guess that's the gist of it. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and give us a call down here at Taylor's Automax.